have your hat on.
Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News, sponsored by none other than Glue Guy. Stop smoking spit.
No drip lip.
And this news is brought to you by Serpo Jr.
Big J.
And stepping in, cannabis chain once worth $1.7 billion and called the Apple Store of weed is now nearly failing as the once hot pot industry faces a major reckoning. A chain of cannabis stores that was once described as the Apple Store of weed and valued as high as $1.7 billion as a public company is near financial collapse, according to a regulatory filing. The company Madman said that it has only $15.6 million in cash remaining versus $137.4 million in debt. That's like that $15 million is gone. Madman is just the latest of the one-time cannabis darling to face a reckoning as the industry bubbles of 5 years ago deflates due to excessive debt, failing marijuana prices, competition from illegal sellers, and high taxes. Now, this is what been like one of the big fights really coming from illegal sellers and the taxes. Everything else, it's kind of like irrelevant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as like these high taxes for medical and recreational cannabis and the illegal sellers that's out there, that's what's making a lot of things fluctuate. And man, a lot of these businesses, I guess, that's putting in their hard work, they ain't working hard enough because they failing. They going into debt. I don't know what's up with all that. That sound like, man, we got to step our game up.
Yeah, and a lot of it too is, not being able to use traditional banking and different things and ways to try to wash and move your money and stuff like that. And on top of that,
I can see that.
Just the prices of everything, and
And it's probably
a
being
cold
spent
game.
though, because it's like, as you say, improper banking and storage of your money. If you see your money just sitting around, I don't know about you, but a lot of people, if you got your bread just sitting there, man, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can go and do that. Oh, look at this. This bill is paid up for a year. Or so and so. The next thing you know, it's like, all right, now I can see how my money is gone. And now that like I'm trying to get loans to come back with this, that, and the other, I can see.
Yep.
You know what
Can't
I'm saying?
get
So,
yep.
Hey.
It's a struggle. Moving on. This is from Marijuana Moment. Maryland lawmakers discuss bill to protect gun rights for medical marijuana patients in committee. The House of Judiciary Committee took up the legislation from Dale Robin Grammer, Republican, and 4 other GOP co-sponsors days after a federal court declared that the federal ban prohibiting cannabis consumers from possessing firearms is unconstitutional. That ruling is expected to be appealed, so it remains to be seen whether the federal ban will ultimately be rescinded. But in the interim, Maryland legislators are seeking to provide some additional level of protection at the state level. A person may not be denied the right to purchase, possess, or carry a firearm under this title solely on the basis that the person is authorized to use medical cannabis. Under the state statute, the bill text says, you can actually still obtain a permit to carry, but you just can't purchase a firearm. The sponsor said, if you have the medical cannabis card, you lose your rights. It's not about the purchase of or possession or use of cannabis. Your status as a qualifying patient is what dooms you. And that's, to me, that's like some bullshit though. Because weed is not like alcohol. Alcohol is advertised and put out there and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it should be the same kind of warning, or if not worse, for fucking alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, as far as like the regulations on weed and trying to get it legalized, and even the regulations that's on firearms, guns, and putting those two together, it's a big old fight. And it's like, looking at this, it is kind of like somewhat news to me, because I didn't think it was going to the actual consumers I knew of,
Yes.
like, as far as like, oh, I'm owning a cannabis shop. I have, like, I'm in the business of cannabis. I knew it was a fight there for them to like not have firearms. Oh, we need to have our firearms, so on and so on. But
Mm-hmm.
this right here going down to the consumer, oh, I can go and take it. Like I can have a firearm, but I can't have a firearm, whether it's medical
It's a
or
catch. Yeah.
recreational. That's like, man, that's crazy, crazy.
Yep. Moving
On to
on.
the next. Could California bring the U.S. closer to interstate marijuana commerce? Hmm. A much hyped letter from California cannabis regulators to the state's attorney general raises an interesting question. Is the Golden State teeing up interstate trade in marijuana? Top officials from the state's Department of Cannabis Control on January 27 sent an 8-page letter to the Office of California Attorney General Rob Botna, laying out the legal argument of how California could sidestep federal obstacles and state officials if state officials decide to greenlight exports on cannabis across state lines. But the only key point is California would need to find another state that's willing to take the marijuana. That wouldn't be too hard to like get together. So
Mm-hmm.
from what I'm getting, this is just at face value. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Just at face value. If California find another state, let's just say New York or Tennessee, maybe Texas.
Right.
If they say, oh yeah, we'll accept that California bud, they saying that's the obstacle, you know what I'm saying, that we can like hurdle over to get this over there.
Yep. And Texas would be a good one, like, going into Mexico and shit like that. And Texas is not legal right now for cannabis at all, and I don't think in the medical form or in the recreational form, no. So, but it's a big push for them to get there. But you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's something, but it's like I can see that happening. I can see that
For
happening. I don't
sure.
know
Me
what
too.
state is going to turn down some California bud.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
everything.
If it's okay, you mean to tell me, oh, it's cool? Oh,
Yep.
okay. We accept it. So that means that route, that line, you know what I'm saying, to be open
Yep.
from here to there.
Yep. So moving on. California lawmakers introduced cannabis cafe bill. A California lawmaker has introduced a bill that would allow the state's licensed cannabis consumption lounges to sell freshly prepared foods and beverages and host live events. The Measure Assembly Bill 374, AB 374, was introduced last week by Democrat Assemblymember Matt Haney. Under California law, cannabis consumption lounges are not allowed to sell freshly prepared food to their patrons. A rule change adopted in November 2022 allows lounges to offer prepackaged food and beverages and for consumers to bring their own freshly prepared items on a limited basis. But the businesses themselves are denied the opportunity to serve most non-infused products to their customers. Before it became law, AB 374 must first be passed by the California Assembly and State Senate before heading to the office of Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom for his consideration. I think, once it even get there, he gonna sign that
Yeah.
shit and move on because he been pretty you know, with the cannabis move and shit like that though.
I mean, that's cool. And like to me, this is cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
because it's like we already have like certain cannabis events, Kush Stocks, cannabis awards and
Yep.
stuff like that. And this would be cool if you can just have just like a daily lounge, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, where you can go to have coffee, bring your own stuff on occasion, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday we may have taco infused Tuesdays, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Wednesday, bring your own such and such, you know what I'm saying? Listen
Yep.
to some good music, whatever it may be, and you can have this on a daily. That's kind of,
It's
you
a
know what I'm
good
saying? That's
move.
super cool.
Yep, for sure. Oh,
Hmm. Dozens arrested in weed distribution ring with orders via FedEx and UPS.
damn.
Authorities shut down an illegal distribution operation providing prompt delivery of weed and edible sent coast to coast via trackable orders from FedEx and UPS. Cannabis and edibles were delivered right to customers' doorsteps or in some cases sold through a slot in the door. 24 defendants arrested in the operation faces serious charges. In some cases, life imprisonment. Customers were texted with tracking information and receipts. Now, this is going across from the ATF, the DEA, Troy Police Department, Fresno County Sheriffs, so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? To like that's investigating this here stuff. And that's like, I mean, people trying to get it how they live. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it's like there's an overwhelming amount of cannabis that's going around as they put out in the news. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we got all of this shit, what the fuck is we doing with it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bam, here go an order for this. You know what I'm saying? I want these gummies. Oh, you got Skittles? What? I mean, you got baked cakes and all that. You can bring it to my door?
Yeah, I want that.
I mean, send that. It's like, I understand the risk of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think nobody was hurt.
Right.
I don't think nobody was bamboozled because it seemed as if like everybody getting their orders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was a bamboozlement on the company, like FedEx. And they've been doing it since 2016. You know, we understand the hustle to get out and all that kind of stuff. But coming from, you know, outside looking in type shit, they've been doing this shit from 2016 to 22. That's what, 6 years.
You can't blame the messenger though.
But they did though. Shit, they did. They got the messenger and the motherfuckers that was doing this shit though, and some though. But man,
watch what, like, you know what I'm saying. Watch how we conduct our business, you know. And it's like, let's get it right. That's the weekly news with Serpo Jr.
Big J,
baby.
Yeah.